All right, family. Happy Wednesday. And welcome to another episode of The Breakdown with your girl, Marcy. We're going to go ahead and jump into it. Back into the book of The Heart of a Leader, Insights of the Art of Influence by Ken Blanchard. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and jump into it because we're not going to be here long because I'm feeling quite Baptist-y instead of Pentecostal. All right. People who produce good results feel good about themselves. This is an excerpt from Putting the 1 Minute Manager to Work. In the 1 Minute Manager, Spencer Johnson and I wrote that people who feel good about themselves produce good results. After the book came out, I realized I was emphasizing the old human relations game, trying to make people feel good first and then hoping they would produce good results. Hence the change in the emphasis when we wrote Putting the 1 Minute Manager to Work. These days, everything our company does is focused on helping people produce good results. When people produce good results, they feel good about themselves because they know they have done a good job and they have something to show for their efforts. An effective leader will make it a priority to help his or her people produce good results in two specific ways. One, they make sure people know that what their goals are, and two, they do everything possible to support, encourage, and coach them to accomplish those goals. So your role as a leader is even more important than you might imagine. You have the power to help people become winners. All right. So that was kind of a lot to absorb as far as like mentally processing, because people who do produce good results do feel good about themselves. And the way they feel good about themselves is they've seen progress from moving from point A to point B. When someone can say, oh, I tracked or I'm on track, I've seen where I was, from day one when I started to the 2 week mark, let alone the 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, as long as progress is being made, that's whenever we can see that value point that, hey, I have accomplished something. I do mean something. I am taking myself, or I feel valued to the next level. So whenever people understand that concept and they have that sense of like purpose, then hey, it is easy for people to see that, they feel good about the results of what they produce. Versus on the other hand, if somebody is working and they're not giving their all in all, they don't have clear defined goals, they're kind of going aimlessly in the wind. Like that paper bag we see on the interstate that's just floating, getting in the way, getting caught on every other vehicle grill, popping from one place to the other. There's no progress being made. It's just going aimlessly. Versus someone who has an initiative, has a focus, has a drive, has those goals set, they can track and see the progress. Therefore, they're making impact. Therefore, they feel good about themselves. Me personally, both in the workplace, in a relationship, I like to have that sense of accomplishment. It does feel good. And whenever I see and whenever I know that the decisions I made, let's just say 2 weeks ago, has caused this particular effect, which led to progress, I do get the warm fuzzies on the inside. Or if my boyfriend told me something to do and I get it right the first time around, and then whenever that same type of situation or incident or behavior comes up again, and I can recall, relay, and then duplicate, but in a different setting, that makes you feel good. And not only does that make the person feel good that's making the progress, but the person who's receiving either the service or the product or whatever the interaction is, they're receiving the good feelings as well. So this whole producing good results, it's a two-way street, but you got to make sure you do your part. And even if the other person doesn't do theirs, hey, we're holding ourselves accountable. So I can't stay long because, again, this is all like, pillow talk as we go ahead and chop up the chapters, or the pages, I should say, in the heart of the leader. So until next time, behave yourself. And Sergio's over here in the corner asleep. If you've been asking about him, I promise he'll appear in the next video next week. So until next time, smooches.